It's like on and off rain here today. There was actually some dry spots. Let's see if I can actually find one before it starts pouring anyways. And what I read today, it seems like those drone sightings in New Jersey, they say, is going to other places now. This one here says drone sightings spread beyond New Jersey as officials express outrage over federal response. As it says here, the hundreds of mysterious New Jersey drone sightings are sparking mounting demands for a forceful federal response. Calls that come as even more sightings are being reported in New York, Pennsylvania, and Maryland. What is happening is outrageous. Thousands of drones and unmanned aerial systems flying above us, and our government is not telling us who's operating them and for what purpose. Rep. Nicole Maliotakis, RNY, said at a press conference in Staten Island on Friday, saying, quote, "I don't believe that the United States of America with its military capabilities does not know what these objects are and what I'm asking, and what we're all asking is for you to be straight with us and just tell us what is going on." Maliotakis said, despite mounting concerns from a growing bipartisan chorus of elected officials, the White House yesterday said that the Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, and state and local law enforcement agencies have not been able to corroborate any of the reported visual sightings. So that was the one I showed you yesterday in terms of response. And it says, in a statement to NBC News, the U.S. Secret Service confirmed it does not currently have any unmanned aerial systems operating in or around New Jersey or New York. And they seem to be doubling down, I guess, with that narrative of how there's no danger to it. So I guess don't worry. Like this one here from Governor Kathy Hochul said, "We know New Yorkers have spotted drones in the air this week and we are investigating. At this time, there's no evidence that these drones pose a public safety or national security threat. We're coordinating with the federal partners, including the FBI, DHS Gov, to protect New Yorkers." So who knows what's going on, but like they implied there, actually other places have information coming up too, and it makes you wonder, is there something going on, or are people just overreacting? For example, they showed videos and stuff like that, people say anyways, of these quote alleged drones flying around places like nuclear power plants and so forth. I mean, this video here is actually pretty clear overall in terms of trying to show you the flashing lights, for example, like everyone's saying. What would you say that is? Would you think that's a quote traditional manned aircraft, just a quote drone? With that said, there has been a lot more other states, for example, in the US apparently, where people were claiming they saw drones. Although this one here, it says they had a drone near some kind of power plant, Oyster Creek nuclear plant apparently, and this video seemed kind of clear anyways. I mean, considering the circumstance, nighttime and all that, but you can see it seems like there's a lot of flashing lights. Would you say that's a quote traditional manned aircraft, a quote drone, or is there something else you would say this could potentially be? Because with these videos, actually, there were some of them, it looked like people took them from airports, and it kind of has the same type of description that people were talking about, with a lot of flashing lights all over the place. Although again, if this is right in the airport, I would imagine they would be on high alert, correct? I mean, whatever happened to, for example, if you even see a drone, let's just say, within a kilometer in the airspace, some people freak out like, oh no, shut everything down, and these are right next to it. You'd have to wonder, why is there airplanes and stuff taking off? So what's the other explanation that people may have? And you can hear, for example, in other places where they had all these calls from pilots talking to things like the control towers, it seems, they see weird stuff, like here in Oregon apparently.
Anything, I had another one report at like 30,000 feet in the Eugene area. We're not sure what it is.
Yeah, there's lots moving out there. We're seeing 3 or 4 targets. You know, they're all altitudes, up and down. It's pretty crazy. There's one way up high and one about my altitude, moving in like a circle, like a corkscrew pattern. Visually, I have eyes on what looks like an aircraft strobe that's at my 2 o'clock and 22 miles at my altitude. He looks like he's moving towards, it looks like it's moving towards the north. Just had another one show up about my 1 o'clock, about 1,000 feet high, zipping towards us and then back out towards the ocean. It's red in color, moving at extreme speed.
You are cleared to maneuver as necessary, left and right, to avoid the...
And if that wasn't bad enough, I guess, with people being upset in terms of the communication and all that, because it just doesn't seem logical how, like they say, the US with all their tech and so forth, they can't determine what it is. Apparently in New York too, for some reason, there was a plane that crashed. This one here says, one dies and another is injured when small plane crashes onto New York interstate. A small plane crashed onto the interstate highway in New York, killing one of 2 on board and injuring the other, authorities said. The crash shut down traffic on Interstate 684 in Harrison, about 25 miles northeast of Manhattan in Westchester County around 7 p.m. Thursday. Video from the scene showed the damaged white plane against a guardrail in the center median with emergency vehicles blocking all lanes of traffic. The Department of Environmental Conservation was on scene to clean up spilled aviation fuel. Governor Kathy Hochul said, saying, quote, "My heart goes out to the loved ones of those on board during this tragic incident, and I pray for a safe recovery for the injured individual." Now with this too, with all that story about drones in the US, people are wondering, hey, how did this thing crash? And not surprisingly, there's a lot of people wondering whether or not this thing got, quote, hit by a drone and all that. Like, who knows what happened here? People are on high alert, and this is, I guess, would you say hysteria too? Although in this case, there seems to be a lot of different people, for example, giving videos and so forth, but who knows what's going on. I'm currently in the mindset still anyways where there's no way I would imagine they don't at least know something of what's going on. I mean, one of the other theories people have is these are actually, let's just say, US military drones, and they're kind of scouting out for something, who knows? Like with that nuclear power plant one, for example, with the drone, they're saying you're expecting like a missile or something, and these things are supposed to intercept it. I mean, there's so many wild theories, but yeah. It's a story that keeps on going at this rate, huh? Okay, no flying today, I guess, huh? What the test too in terms of the archive. Been doing a lot of tests, as you know, with time-lapse, and I think I'm getting the hang of it in terms of the best settings and all that. All right, see you guys later.